Ah, God! My eyes! My eyes! It's so bright!
I can't handle green. No.
The sunlight, Jesus Christ! Oh, I may as well go show off a bit of Mount Silver before we go after the legendary Pokemon. I forgot. Probably better off this way.
Yeah.
Get you guys a warm-up for what's to come when we come back. Because, oh boy, is it going to be one hell of a trip once we get back. I will say, it is a pain in the ass to freaking get there.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
It is quite a hike.
Thankfully, you only need 1 HM, I think, in the remake to get up through there. Thankfully, you don't need any in this game. The only one you need, I think, to get to the end of Mount Silver in the remake is Rock Climb, which you get for beating all 16 of the gyms in the remake, by the way.
Yes.
The dick move. I remembered, I saw an item on a cliff. I was like, I could have Togepi on my team, evolving into Togetic and Togekiss. I was like, where can I get this stone? You need Rock Climb to get up to there. Where do I get that after beat all 16 gyms? Fuck!
The thing about it is the fact that they make you take Rock Climb.
Yeah, you kind of need it to get to
I mean, the
Mount
move
Silver.
itself is a decent damage, but the accuracy is shit compared to things like Strength.
It does suck you need it required to get to a particular battle, though. So that's a move slot on a Pokemon you may not want to waste, but you have to. To fucking fight the guy you want to fight there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I guess minor spoilers for people that don't... I will... Alright, there's a minor spoiler for you. Yes, go to Mount Silver. The biggest attraction there is a trainer battle. Won't say who or what yet, but I'll just let you know this. Oh, you better be ready. You better be ready, boy.
Yep.
Or girl who play Crystal in remakes.
Yeah, that's why we kept saying, like, grind like mad after you deal with Blue.
I feel bad for the people that go for Nuzlocke runs or low-level runs trying to do what they can and fight that trainer with just a team they just literally slap together. You people have dedication on a whole other level. I can't.
Yeah.
I will say, I admire the Nuzlocke community for the way they try to challenge themselves in these games. I just don't feel that way myself. I don't feel like I can personally enjoy the games that way. If you can, good for you.
I forget, are you allowed to grind in Nuzlocke runs or no?
I don't think much. I don't think you can grind. I think it's mostly like you go to the Pokemon you have. You can fight like one of each Pokemon in the area. Well, people alter the rules too.
Yeah.
Like there's a shiny clause. Like you're only allowed to catch one Pokemon in every area you get to. Unless the shiny, in which case all rules are disregarded.
Okay.
I can understand why people wanted to make the games harder. I just personally don't find enjoyment in it myself.
Same here. But, I mean, it's not like you have to play the games this way, so I'm not going to sit here and be like...
You gotta play it this way, it's the only way it's fun! It's like telling me to play a really shitty game blindfolded. It's the only way I can enjoy it by not looking at it.
Yeah, because it's just, that's the kind of mentality I hate it with a lot of people in, like, certain communities. I'm not naming names. It's like, oh, it has to be done this way. It has to be done this way to get any enjoyment out of it. It's like, no, that's how you get enjoyment out of it. I'm sorry, but I do not find it fun to constantly, like, feel like I need to throw my controller against the wall.
There are certain games where a phrase like that can make sense, like, it's like, well, you can play this game, but if you get this ability, things open up a lot more, or things feel more fun if you get this. If it's something like in the game that helps, like a mechanic being unlocked, for example. That is where that phrase can apply.
Or, you know, if it's yeah, I feel like that phrase can more apply if it's like an in-game item that makes it either open up the game more or make it, like, a little less tense for you.
But if you say something
to
weird,
actually get more enjoyment out of it.
Sometimes be controversial, like say things like turn off tap jump when you're playing Smash Brothers. Otherwise, you can't enjoy the game. I mean, I'm sure to a certain extent there are people that rather not have it, but, you know, it shouldn't even be forced.
I prefer not to have...
completely playable with tap jump.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer not to have tap jump on because then,
Yeah.
because for me personally, anytime I pull like a up smash or like a up tilt,
Up tilt's more
It's
the big
like-
one for that, yeah.
Yeah,
because
up tilts are probably worse.
I can't because then I'm just randomly jumping. I'm like,
Yeah. And you can tell that's why I don't play competitively. I don't give a fuck. That's just the way I've had it from muscle memory ever since the first game. I don't feel like changing now.
yep.
I could play without tap jump, but it just feels wrong to me sometimes. I'm so not used to it. Well, here you go.
After
Here's freaking Pokemon Center about Silver. Good. Now, let's go to what we really wanted to do.
Yep.
But yeah, I can see why people don't want tap jump. I can see why all competitive players pretty much have tap jump off. Because, well, yeah, limits.
I mean, I'm not competitive.
Moves,
I prefer to have it off just because it's like for certain characters, like there's certain moves I like pulling off, but I can't do that if
Yeah.
tap jumps on because it's
But
like.
yeah. I say certain communities shit on you if you play it a certain way, like you were saying. Oh, I'm gonna ride my bike in here. Fuck you, Oak.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just like one of those things where it's like just play the game that how you personally find fun in. Like, no, like, don't gatekeep, like, honestly, anything just because that's the way you enjoy it and try to force it on other people. Don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Just play the game that how you like.
Yeah. I sometimes will play a game I played for a good bit, and then I'll try to challenge myself in a weird way. Like when I played through Metroid Prime 2 without using the lock-on, one of the main mechanics. That was a lot harder than I thought it would be. Or playing through Mario
for me,
Galaxy
it's more
one-handed.
dependent on the kind of game.
Or playing Mario Galaxy
Yeah,
with one
for me,
hand.
it's one hand.
Yep.
Jeez.
Holding the Wiimote and
I mean-
nunchuck in the same hand. I did it, but it was weird. I think I tried Skyward Sword one-handed. That was a mistake. I gave up on that.
That sounds like all kinds of wrong.
Oh, God.
I mean, hell, like, Ocarina of Time, I'm probably gonna go through that, like, without, Z-Target at some point.
Yeah, it's certainly manageable.
I've
You just gotta
never
get good with aiming.
actively like done a challenge like that where I just actively did it on my own terms. The most I've ever done is like, I guess like example is like when I was doing Cuphead or when I was doing Gunvolt, where the entire basis of the game is I'm getting to max rank, and that includes, well, it just so happens I need to just not take much damage or keep a high enough score for me to and beat this game really level really quick. I'm like, that's as far as I'm gonna go.
A challenge you're really good with is the one you always try to do is basically Buster runs of Mega Man games. That's a big one you do.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
You guys will probably be able to dissect that more than I do, because I just do it on instant.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah.
A good way to challenge yourself. Like, that definitely helps replay value. When you can't do something like that in the game, I definitely see it as like a eh. Like going through fucking the latest two Zelda
One of those
games.
things where if you make the game accessible enough, it gives the sense of, you know, the player themselves has more control on whether or not they want to push it or not.
Uh-huh. That's how
that
some
makes
better
sense.
games are made. When they give you options.
Yeah.
Or hell, like with shooter games, like something like Dead Space or Duke Nukem, like do a one gun.
Oh, yeah.
And they make the one gun incredibly good.
Can I make the one gun
Looking
the
at you,
BFG?
Plasma Cutter. Boy.
I want to make my
God,
one
Plasma
gun
Cutter.
into the BFG. That's just not fair.
You could. And I mean, if you've seen like some of the craziness that happens, which one was it? Do you know about the glitch in Doom 2016?
I do not.
I think I vaguely remember that one.
Okay, so it involves the weapon wheel and the BFG.
Okay.
So what you do is you have to like aim your shot with the BFG not at the enemy, but just enough so in the aura of it. And then what you do is you hit the weapon wheel. Everything slows down, but the BFG shot is still active, so it drains the HP of all the bosses like nothing else.
Oh, God.
It's
Ooh.
ridiculous. Brain Scratch Comms actually showed it off, but it's hilarious. Just like, you put the weapon wheel, everything else slows down, but the BFG damage just kicks, and everything just melts. It's hilariously awesome.
I hope they didn't patch that out. Oh.
They didn't.
Oh, that's awesome. God.
I mean, technically, how can we forget the biggest challenge there is? Speedruns.
Oh, right.
Speedruns and no damage runs are kind of like the forefathers when it comes to
Oh, God, no damage runs.
challenge
Challenge
runs.
runs, yeah.
No damage runs scare me. I have done a 3
Yeah.
hard run of Ocarina of Time.
I mean, I've technically done segmented no damage runs when I was playing Guns.
Yeah,
I had to like segment the stage and the boss. Although that's only for 2, because for 1, you need to beat the entire stage in one fell swoop, and that includes the boss rush. That was brutal. I did it, but fuck me, man. I had to like pause at certain points just to kind of get my nerves under control.
You end up doing it a no damage run piece by piece eventually.
Yeah,
Well, I wonder if
takes
Coda can do
muscle
a no
memory.
damage run of Ocarina of Time. I wonder.
If you segment it, maybe it's possible, but it's a
And go
matter
through
of
the
just
whole
how
Shadow
much
Temple
patience you
without
have.
the Lens of Truth.
Oh god. You're pushing it, I think.
I remember when I know Kodo was eventually planning to do Ocarina of Time LP. I was trying to think of like a challenge list for him for like every dungeon. One of them I had for the Shadow Temple. Get through without the Lens of Truth.
Ooh, lovely.
That includes the boss.
Oh, I fucking hate you.
You don't have to do it. And one of them was, some of them are really simple, like get through the first temple without taking damage. There's not really too much I can think of challenges for that one. There's the bird! Annoying bird? I'm trying to think if I had another really mean... Oh, one of the mean ones you'd fucking hate. Water Temple. You're only allowed to switch your iron boots a certain number of times.
Oh god.
Oh god, that'd be so mean.
That is just no.
It's already painful
Well,
enough,
better
man.
memorize.
Yeah, you gotta
Better
memorize,
memorize the
temple for that
path.
one. Yep.
It's like, hi, you're probably wondering how I got in this situation. Well, I'll start with some ass to the side. It was a brilliant idea. The subject gave me to a challenge run. I want to punch him in the face right now, but I can't really reach right now.
Oh god. By the way, here's our second legendary bird, the one you get first in Pokemon Gold instead of Silver. Ho-Oh!
Oh.
Ho-Oh, dear
I remember
god.
breakfast.
And for fun fact, I don't think we actually mentioned any of these LPs yet. Funny
Yeah.
enough, anybody remember the very first episode of the Pokemon anime? There's that glittering bird that flew over Ash's head?
Yep, that was.
That one? Yep, that was Ho-Oh. They actually referenced that in the last episode of the Pokemon anime with Ash. They referenced it in the last main episode. They were flying around with Lugia and Ho-Oh bless them again.
I mean, hell, like they technically brought it up when Ash was in Johto,
Yep.
and there was a whole plot point on Ho-Oh,
Yeah.
and they were like, "What are you talking about? Ho-Oh hasn't been seen in over 100 years."
Yep.
Yeah,
It was a pretty nice tease, realizing the very first episode was teasing Pokemon they already had in development for Gold and Silver. Because the anime happened to be getting made, like, around the time Gold and Silver was getting ready to release for... Yeah, Japan.
Yeah, for
It just
Japan.
happened a time with us because we got the anime before the first game came out, which is really weird. Like, that's another reason why Pokemon exploded worldwide. Or at least in America, because
yeah.
we had the anime series.
The anime
go
came
on.
out at the perfect time.
Yep, and the Pokemon games followed right after. It's like, oh my god, this is the game where these all were in! Holy shit!
Not to mention the training card game too.
Oh yeah, that too. You also have Recover, you son of a bitch! Ah! And it has Sacred Fire.
All the legendaries in this game have Recover.
At least of the birds, yes. The 2 birds who do have it. Thankfully the dogs do not! That would be worse!
Good God,
Oh, you
imagine.
stopped me from roaming. Okay, Recover. Fuck! Thankfully it's wasting Sunny Day. Oh, I'm trying to remember any of the other Ocarina of Time challenges. I don't think I had any that were as cruel as the fucking Water Temple one. That was just mean.
Yeah, that's harsh.
I know.
I mean, if I want to subjugate everyone, I just say do no damage when in one setting.
Or be like what I did for my LP. Get the big Goron sword, but never use it. Like, I have the tool to make it easier, but nah, I want to play this game the way it's intended. That makes the Shadow Link fight a lot harder.
Yeah, but I'm getting the big orange sword as soon as possible.
I mean, of course, you want to do that for the first temple, obviously. Oh, God. I don't think I had anything else crazy. I can't think of anything. Oh, I think I went for the boss fight of the Spirit Temple. Only reflect one element. All that does is just make the fight more tedious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, challenges
Like
in
that's
games...
technically challenge, it's just not fun.
Challenges in games can be fun as long as it's not expected out of the community. And, you know, if you can persevere and have fun with it, it gives it replay value, allows you to enjoy the game even more in some ways.
Yeah.
Like low percent runs. I've been starting to have fun with that in Metroid games lately, or at least the 2D ones. And again, I say that, I only did that with 2 of them.
Maybe I'll do that one day with Devil May Cry and see if I can do, like, for normal mode at least. Maybe hard. The special bonus run.
If you're going to do something like that, I definitely recommend starting on lower difficulties and then going to higher ones if you really want to test yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure a lot of people do know damage runs, they probably pick the lowest difficulty. Because, you know. Why some
Maybe one day I'll do that for Mega Man Zero. The 100-point run.
Oh, boy. Man. Just getting 100 points in the Mega Man Zero games in general is really hard. You gotta master the levels. Man.
Yeah.
That's why I was personally fine with just doing A rank. I didn't want more than that. I just was A. I was like, I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
Zero 2 was
I
the one
went
that
as far
really
as S rank and I was done.
Zero 2 was the one that really ingrained that, because you get something for A rank at every level, in some stages for absolute fucking hell on earth!
Airship, I'm sorry, what?
Oh yeah, Luigi's Mansion, the low money run.
Yep, I did that. Yep,
That's
a fun one just to see the worst mansion you can get. I keep forgetting they brought the ranking back in Luigi's Mansion 3. Well, because of the way Luigi's Mansion 3 works, getting the highest rank is a lot harder.
I guess also Resident Evil, if you want to use that as another example, how each one of those have, like, different stipulations for, you know, time. It's generally time, but there's also, like, small little achievements like, you know,
Oh yeah,
not using health items and stuff like that.
You do get unlockables in Resident Evil for going through quickly enough. That's right.
Yeah. Being quick and not taking damage and stuff.
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, not taking damage. I know in classic Resident Evil, like, the amount of saves you use.
Yep.
I know they have achievements in the modern version they have on the... At least on Xbox they have that. There's an achievement for going through without saving at all. There's an achievement for getting through in a certain time. There's an achievement for having certain events happen. And there's even an achievement for dying.
Yeah, that's the very first achievement you see. Yep. It's like 86%. It's like, get used to it.
Yep. Yep. I remember I saw it, I was like, fuck you, game. You're not wrong.
You're not wrong, but fuck you anyway.
Oh, they knew what they were doing. I mean, why the fuck not?
Yeah, why would...
Oh god, but yeah, I was trying to remember. I think
Resident Evil is a series I wish I played more games than I did. Because, like, in terms of games, all I played was RE4 remake, RE4 and RE4 remake. That's all I have under my belt.
I mean, hey, you played arguably the best one, so you know. Hey, I've only at this place. Well, spoiler for my channel at this point, but by the time this airs, it'll be airing. I only played RE1 remake, so.
Oh yeah, I did technically play one campaign for RE2. I think I played the Leon A campaign.
Oh yeah, I did also recently buy Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake because they were both together for like $15. I was like, oh, okay.
You know, for RE2 remake alone, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
RE2 remake is excellent.
If I feel like I want to do 3 remake before I go to 4, why not? I guess.
Yeah. I think when it comes to 3, I'd recommend the original's better.
The only way to get that is to freaking get a fucking PlayStation 1 version or whatever. Or
I have it on Dreamcast
version. Because I don't want to pay like $150 to get a GameCube version. Wait, you say the Dreamcast had one?
Yeah. I have it. That's how I have it.
Oh shit! Right. Well, Dreamcast emulation. That's another one on the table. Does it have
Yeah, I mean,
Dreamcast
Code Veronica.
Resident Evil 2 though.
Unfortunately, and
Yeah, that's how I played
Go
Resident
wrong.
Evil 2 as well.
Oh shit.
When I was burning CDs as the I should feel bad pirate I am, except I don't.
Huh.
Moving on.
For some reason, I thought they were only
I found
PlayStation
RE2
1.
and RE3.
God damn.
There's a lot of ports from PS2, PS1 games and stuff that made it onto the.
Dreamcast / Saturn.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Also, speaking of that, I went back to Game Junkie yesterday, and I found 2 games of interest. One is a game from my childhood, and another one is a game that finally completes the trio of a certain series that I think I might want to start getting on for possibly Halloween Fest. After Mega Man 11, I'm gonna get started on one.
Ooh. Okay.
Get your Xbox ready. That's your hint.
Ooh. Okay then. Huh. I had to think about what it is. Is it Code Veronica X?
You're funny.
I keep forgetting I had technically get that on Xbox. So
But I
can
think you would
almost-
know better of what might be hinting at because you gave me this game.
Oh!
yeah.
Ugh, I'd have to remember. Why is this bird so hard to
Uh,
catch? You motherfucker!
God damn it, Hot Wings!
Quit healing yourself!
They're about Gemma.
Yep.
Oh! Okay. Right, I'd have to
It's like
bring
I
the
only went to
360
3
over.
yesterday,
Right, for Genmoni Musha.
so I
I'd
have
have to bring
technically the entire trio.
I'd have to bring the 360
Oh,
over
funny
probably
things.
for that particular.
Yep.
Yep.
Because I know it's not backwards compatible on the series consoles. And
Hey,
as far
worst comes
as,
to worst, I mean, I can always have the second game, the first game on Switch, so I have it as backup.
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, as far as we know, Microsoft is done having more backwards compatibility for their system with older games. They're pretty much done with that now.
It's frustrating, but at the same time,
Yeah.
trying to make everything backwards compatible is kind of a mission impossible sort of
Especially with
thing.
how different some of them can be. Honestly, it'd probably save money
Yeah.
just to try to build like an on-system emulator, like Nintendo's tried to do.
Yeah.
Although
I
Nintendo's
feel like with the
approach is-
emulation scene,
yeah,
they're
I know
trying to do
people-
it more in-house as opposed to just letting a lot of people from the outside who have actually been able to, do this.
Honestly, it's a good way to kill off piracy, as long as they make most of the games accessible.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the analog
Yeah.
pocket I bought so I can play all my Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games on actual hardware, instead of having to emulate all of it. Because I still have my 3DS for DS and 3DS games. And who knows, will damn it, ever be able to play those on another thing again.
Yeah.
I'm
The
sure
mystery,
eventually a third party will make a fucking console that can basically emulate it. Eventually.
Yep, eventually being the key word.
They'll probably really fucking expensive though.
Yeah, probably like in like 10 years from now.
And that's something I haven't
Yeah.
talked about. I'm really happy a lot of the like gaming scene is trying to make it so we have. They're basically making their own consoles that basically their whole purpose is basically play a lot of older games that can't be played on modern hardware.
Yeah, I'm glad that is a thing that's happening because we kind of need it at this point because there's a lot of games that should probably be preserved, but it's just difficult to do that because, because there's so many games and there's like also a crap ton of shovelware as well amidst it. So it's kind of just sitting here like figuring out what's worth keeping and what's worth just leaving behind. Even can the stuff that's even considered like bad games can even be taken to be salvaged into something great. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yep. Like I say, even
Yeah.
emulators are starting to have their limits. Well, at least the hardware used for emulators can't keep up with some of it. Like a PS3 emulator is still a struggle. a lot
Yeah,
of
because certain
and even then
it's the architecture
emulator,
of
like,
certain consoles.
and even then with the fucking PS3 emulator, apparently only like 10% of the games actually work as intended. Most of the others have their own problems. Like, I heard apparently Metal Gear Solid 4 trying to get that to work on emulator has been a fucking nightmare. That's like one that the community that does like a big PS3 emulator has apparently been focusing on. And right now it's like only passable from what I've heard. But yeah, if they make it, if a lot more people try to have consoles, they can play a lot of the old physical games, that could solve some of the piracy issue. That, you know, fucking...
Yeah, it will go a long way. It's just, you know, because of how much, whatchamacallit, emulation has kind of been demonized, it's sort of becoming the alternative, and it's just seen as something that's, that's something to be looked down upon in the landscape of gaming.
Yeah.
Despite all the advantages that comes with it.
That did remind me of something, some unfortunate gaming news in some respect. You know the emulator Dolphin for GameCube and Wii games?
Yeah.
Looks like it's about to disappear. Nintendo gave them a cease and desist.
Oh no.
Yep, they did something that pushed things a little too far. I think they've got something
What happened?
Apparently they had something in their system that basically involves like identifying Wii product keys.
Oh! That is definitely,
Yep, that
no good.
Gave the emulator a red flag that allowed Nintendo to take action against them. And apparently a lot of people in the community did not like they were trying to do that. I think they're trying to do it, make emulation smoother, but, you know, in their efforts...
Did they not like how Nintendo's going at them, or what?
No, they didn't like the way the
people...
the Dolphin emulator people were working on it. Because they're like, you should not have done that. This is exactly what will get you in legal trouble. They knew that this would happen. The people who supported it, anyway.
They went and did it anyway.
Yep. Damn, thought I could cut through the moon ball. Yep, so...
So are they mad at, So who's the one getting mad at who? Is it people getting mad at,
People getting mad at, the people who did the Dolphin emulator. Not Nintendo.
Okay.
People are always mad at Nintendo in regards to, you know, the whole emulation thing, of course. But just, for this thing in particular, people saw what the Dolphin emulator guys were doing, weren't liking it, and they did it anyway, and now their worst fears came to life.
To be fair, that one sounds like it's on them, because it's like... That sounds like they're basically trying to steal, like, financial stuffs or whatever.
Yep.
From the sound.
Yeah. They haven't gone over a lot of they haven't gone after a lot of emulator groups. It's only been those offering ROMs they've gone after. Because that's basically stealing free games in their eyes.
Yeah. Because that's the funny thing, because it's like, here's, you know, an emulation that's just kind of sitting here as a giant, you know, electric paperweight, which really isn't that much, to be fair, but it's the ROMs themselves, and it's like, you know, the emulation is kind of, like, you can't have an emulator without ROMs, it's just kind of the nature of them, but that one just seems kind of, the Wii, I don't know how to feel about the Wii one, like, what exactly it entails overall, but it does sound like that's no good, even, it's hard to justify that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was one of the more popular emulators, too. Apparently it did a lot of things really well. But it's going to be a lot harder to download now for people that are really into that thing. I think that one of the big... one of the articles that basically outed it was basically the fact that, well, the whole thing of Dolphin going down was basically, apparently Steam Deck was going to have an app for Dolphin.
Oh god, yeah. Well, then again, everyone kind of knew that Steam Deck was going to have like a lot going on because they did borrow, like, everybody knew that emulation was possible on Steam Deck because, like, they so many people have shown the specs of it and it just ran like certain things like Switch emulation smoothly.
Yeah, they knew how to get into the operating system.
Or smoother. And also, it also helps in the case of Steam Deck that they're a little bit more free in terms of what they allow, in terms of flexibility, like changing the specs of the controller, or the system itself.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I just hope that more friggin' third-party companies, or hell, even the fucking console publishers themselves, try to release things that give us ways to play a lot of the old games just as something to have. Because, well, now Nintendo has shut down their 3DS eShop, how the fuck are we going to be ever play those games?
Yeah.
We have one of the best Zelda games.
I understand that like, trying to preserve stuff is hard because, you know, you're going to leave a lot of money just for something that may not even be used at the end of it all. Because it's like, a lot of people were like saying like, oh, we feel bad for the eShop closing down, but like, who was using it? Is there enough people using it to justify it?
That's also true. It is a really old storefront. Although some developers did have to rush some games out for them before they closed down because they knew. Apparently some developers still work on things like that. It was mostly the 3DS front for that case, but even still. Because 3DS was still pretty popular outside of Japan.
Oh no.
Oh god,
Yeah.
the struggle has begun! Oh fuck! Not what I wanted to see.
The struggle is indeed real now.
Yep. I think it's the first time we get to officially go over to the LP. Struggle! I think me and Kona talked about it at one point in an earlier episode, but yep. Struggle is a typeless recoil-based move that when all your PP for your other moves runs out, well, all you got is struggle. You basically just keep bashing them, because that's all you can do. And since
Basically a weak takedown.
Yep. And it's typeless, so there's no effective or not very effective thing going on, so it's just going to hit everybody for the base damage that it is. And you recoil for half your damage. It's also the worst recoiling move in regards to trade-off. Then again, at least they made so you could do something if you had nothing else. Imagine if these Pokemon games didn't have something like Struggle. Just locked with no PPs, like, what, we're at a standstill. Oh, fuck. Yep, deadlock, there you go.
Actually, there is one interesting way they could have handled it, and this is something that I know in Digimon World 2 at least did, where if you run out of power points for using moves, there is an ability to just sit there and defend, which allows you to recover them.
Ah!
Oh no.
God damn it, Knuckles, shut up!
That would have been something interesting maybe they could have done, but... Yeah, no. That's just my weird mind just going off.
What, you mean
Because
like the way
perspective
Paper Mario-
and...
You mean like the way Paper Mario Sticker Star did it?
You'd have more than one move to use at least.
Oh, the Digimon, right, yep. Oh, you have
Yeah.
no moves, alright, just sit there like a bitch and hopefully you know how to fucking guard.
Now it's like, oh, you don't have any energy, so you sit there and defend.
Oh my god!
The miracle.
Caught it while I was in struggle. Oh, thank god! That could have been
Yeah.
a disaster like with Lugia when I fucking killed the thing! And then I burned the whole
Yeah.
world to the ground. Oh,
So
Anthony,
you just
hi!
be like, the guy, it's like, hey, look, a cool legendary. That's great, I'm gonna kill it now.
Oh, cool, you battle Anthony again, which, oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed a couple episodes ago. We battled Anthony again. He was the one that had the underleveled Machamp. It's a Machoke now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ow.
bad fucking development, man. I wanted to point it out, but you guys were in such a deep conversation, I was like, you know what, I'll just leave this. But yep, that's the one trainer battle I was just like, why? Why do they do it this way? They must have swapped those two by mistake. You go from playing
Knowing
him-
Game Freak, it probably was a mistake.
Yep. You go from battling him the first time like a level 12 Machop, then the first rematch he has a level 17 Machamp, and then the last rematch with him he has a level 29 Machoke, which is when Machop was supposed to evolve into Machoke anyway. It'd be even more embarrassing if it was supposed to be a Machop the first rematch. They went 2 levels up instead of 1. Then again, this game isn't shy for going with early evolutions. You missed one, like an episode before you got on, where we had a level 7 Noctowl. And that was in the wild.
No surprise.
Oh god, these early games and their early evolutions. Sometimes I laugh, sometimes I get upset.
Game Freak is a mystery when it comes to,
And
their developments.
I think the worst games are that they didn't do it too bad in Gen 3. Gens 1, 2, and 4, though. Oh, God. Gen 4 was pretty horrendous with it, too. Like the first time
like Team Galactic.
Yep, Team Galactic.
Yeah, like a Team Galactic run in Diamond specifically. Level 47 Warple.
Oh, that too. I would say the other way around.
Yeah.
Like, the first time you're running to Mars. Oh, level 12 Zubat. That's not bad. Okay, what the fuck's a Perugly? Oh, level 14. Okay, that's pretty strong. Let me look at what evolves. Level 38? What the fuck?
Yep.
Yep,
Level
the big
4?
wall.
Level 14 Perugly. Like, what the fuck? Like,
It's the level 16 Eradicate 2.0.
yeah, like, extremely. Like, I get it's like 5, maybe 10 levels early, but 24? Like, that's absurd.
Or you could have you could also have the middle finger one, like freaking Gen 5. Gestis. Level 52, whatchamacallit, Hydreigon.
Yep, it's supposed to evolve level 55. And it has max
Level
power frustration.
64.
It also has max power frustration to let you know how much of a dick Getsus really is.
Yep.
That's the only time they ever programmed a Pokemon on anybody's team to having an absolute minimum friendship value. They wanted to make a point.
The secret was he actually gave him nothing but those bitter items.
Yeah, that is a way to do it. Or just have him faint all the fucking time and then just feed him rare candy. And then keep making him faint. What a dick move.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we have now caught Ho-Oh, who is a struggle. And thankfully I didn't kill it like Lugia the first time. Which means the next episode... Oh boy!
It's time.
Oh boy!
I hope you guys like running around because it's going to be torture. Next time,
Fun.
the roaming dogs. All 3 of them.
Yep.
See you then.
I expect a lot of minutes.
Oh yeah, it was a lot. I think it was like in the double digits. The high double digits, if I remember.
God damn.
I can go into that next time. So see you guys then.
Yep.